You guys don't need to act like that in the ice video. I simply wanted to express my love for your kid. You guys always say things like, ah yeah, he deserves it whenever I go on his ass pods. I then get on everyone else's ass saying things like, damn, you're too hard on him. After that, I started attempting to show them affection, but now that I'm too sensitive, I had to put up a show and other nonsense. What? However, I just finished watching today's JBP episode. The Company Tardiness Policy was the title. As is customary, Joe chose to blame us for his coworkers or his hires' feelings on the show, as well as for what goes on behind the scenes at his employment. Claiming that Mona is a new employee, he doesn't mind if she is running late. She keeps a million miles away, he's attempting to give her the woman. It's not necessarily leniency, but that's what it is for lack of a better term. He's telling us to shut up, accept it, and show her some grace. You guys are correct, so I did start to give her some leeway. We're treating Mona far too harshly when everyone else makes mistakes. However, no, you're not going to blame us. If she was performing so well, in your opinion, she would have been late again today. Therefore, it was obvious that something was wrong with her potty. If it was acceptable for her to be late, why did she arrive on time? Regarding the topics you didn't even discuss, you had to address or draw attention to the company's tardiness and policies because Mona's excessive talking is the biggest issue we have with her. Not messing with the males, not picking her positions well. She isn't even making an effort to get along with the squad. She is merely speaking for the sake of speaking. And to find out if this is who she is, I had to do my research. And it's like, okay, yeah, I understand why it's so difficult for her to adjust. However, it's obvious that you also had a problem with it. Because Mona, there would need to be a 50 to 80% gap in discourse duration between this episode and the prior two. I'm not complaining, but you wanted to make a big deal out of something that isn't a big deal, so I'm taking note. It's not a huge deal what she's doing. Joe, make up your mind. Make up your mind. Having said that, I can't voice any complaints. I can't pretend that I was unaware of the developments. A special thanks to Mona, who last time read every comment made by the crowd. She read their remarks. You all know she did. And she intensified her efforts, because that's what you usually do when your ego takes over. You will have to decide whether to fight or flee. She made the decision to fight. The last time she was here, she decided to take a flight this week. What do you know? I'll check if what you guys are recommending works. Many folks just told her to stop talking, choose her locations more wisely. Ta-da! She carried it out. The episode proceeded without a hitch. However, I began to view things through that third eye, as if I could already know where this was headed. I already know where this is headed. At this point, it does fall on us, the viewers. Therefore, Joe and Mona had every right to criticize us for our actions, because this is the third option, or the third eye. She will cease speaking. She will choose her locations more carefully. Wherever she gets along, she will get along. The fact that she doesn't bring what she brought when she initially arrived will then irritate us. Mona is no longer funny. The jokes aren't coming from her. She has stopped talking. Allah, what are we doing with Queen's flip right now? It is said that the things that make you great are also the things that lead to, or even worse, cause your demise. Here it is then. She's set to start a run of positive episodes, unless she merely shows up on Patreon like she did last week when she was composed on the main pod but acted out there. Then I'll say, all right, salute. But it's like, oh Lord, I can already see where this is going to go if she joins the Patreon and becomes silent once more. It's just a continuous cycle. I applaud Joe for putting his foot down and defending his co-host. You really do need this. No, he may have had a bad game, but there are a lot of things going against him for that bad game, is what a player or coach wants their coach to say in front of the media. I expect a recovery. He's better than this. Joe just gave that to Mona. In the eyes of us, the audience, or the media, let's see if she enjoys the prep and pep talks and how he's diverted all attention from her. In the coming months, we'll see if she takes advantage of that and emerges victorious. People in PE were definitely turning in their subscriptions, saying things like, you know what, this is my last month. Their wallets were reflecting that to the extent that Joe had to accept it and make it the episode's title. Many people are criticizing it, so you want to move on to the actual show. Hey, Joe's too rich for this. Joe doesn't even feel like potting anymore. Joe has no interest in gardening. Do you remember my statement that Joe's head was no longer in this 9 or 10 months ago? He's looking for a way out. Are there indications of that? No, because if you're looking in from the outside, you'll assume he's still hiring. He's still hiring to improve his show. but it seems to me that he'll keep hiring people until he finds someone with the right personality who can be a segue artist like Mark, bring energy like Mona and Flip, be there all the time like Ice, and have enough personal connection like Ish to Joe for everything to make sense. But he hasn't found that person yet, so he's stuck here pretending that he keeps wanting to do this. He mentioned something that kind of caught my eye, but since I won't be doing a movie on Shard, it doesn't merit its own accolade. But when he mentioned that she wanted a content building for her birthday, it caught my attention. Hey! Then we watch him getting married with all these misgivings. Hey! But that's all I have to say about it. We have to be vigilant. Joe has given up on podcasting. That is obvious, but the secession strategy is nowhere to be found. They were just discussing secession on the show today, due to the rich subject they were covering, including Lakers, Genie Bus, the Bus family, passing on to the family, and so on. Joe is staring at that. Who in my family lineage am I passing this on to? I'm staring at Trey. Trey isn't even interested in creating content. I'm just getting started in my career. He's going the rap route. He'll work in that industry for 15 years. After that, he might come over here so I can put him on a game and hopefully pass it on to him. And even though Lex is 78 years old, I'm not going to give it to my girlfriend, and I'm going to highlight our 14-year engagement to Vanna White for a reason. Anyway, you did a fantastic job today, Mona. I wanted to confirm that I had acknowledged it. But don't pay attention to us and let us keep changing your pod. I can't speak for everyone, but I get on these microphones and speak after choosing a topic from the previous episode or something I saw today. But neither my opinion nor the opinions of the majority of the audience are taken seriously. Joe was basically saying that. So take the necessary action. Make decisions based on what you hear from your employer and the great majority of people you consider important. Whoever it is, please share your thoughts in the comments. Was Mona better? Overall, was today's show better? Were they cohesive? That's all. If you liked the video, please like it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the page. You already know how awesome we are if you have. You already know what our situation is. We'll just keep showing up. I'll see you all soon. Oh, don't forget to check out that Patreon before I sign off. Oh, Cash. He has Rory's ex on his pod if you haven't heard. And I also observed a few other things that I wanted to discuss, so please make sure to watch the Patreon. Look into that. But I'll see you all soon. Peace.